Welcome to today's Sacred Indigenous Teaching 2 on change. By embracing change and knowing where you currently are in the process will bring you into clarity and remove any fears associated with change. You'll have a better understanding of the process of change and how you can traverse your life with better understanding and ease. I am grateful and humbled to share my knowledge with you. Please like and subscribe if you find these teachings enriching and useful as tools in having more clarity in your life. Hoichka. The following teachings on change are: everything is in a state of constant change. One season falls upon another. The medicine wheel is over 5,000 years old and is a perfect example of living with the comprehension that everything is in a state of constant change. The medicine wheel has 4 quadrants representing the 4 stages of life, the 4 seasons, and the 4 aspects of a human being, meaning the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual parts of man. The Indigenous were and are deeply connected to Mother Earth and intuitively sense and feel her own earth movements, which enables you to get in sync with the current available energies. People are born, live, and die. The body you have today is not the one you have now. You were a newborn, a teenager, an adult, a grandparent, etc. We come from stardust and return to the earth as dust. Energy never dies, it is just transmuted. You can count on change, and in fact should expect it. When a person stalls change, their lives get backed up, and this build up of internal pressure causes discordance and dis-ease. When I read an individual's tarot cards, if there are 3 or more major arcana, which are the life lessons, in the reading, I know the person has been resisting and stalling change in their life. Eventually the dam has to break, and they will be overwhelmed with too many life lessons to address at the same time. All living things that contain an atom, molecule, or cell live and die. They experience order and disorder, in-breath and the out-breath. If you can accept that life is in constant motion, with or without your consent, change is constant. By accepting this, you will be aligned with the universal flow and experience more magic in your life. There are 2 kinds of change: the coming together of things and the coming apart of things. Both kinds of change are necessary and are always connected to each other. The one constant in life is change. Feel when something is starting to begin, you feel a stirring inside, you can't name it yet, or when something is coming to an end. There's a lack of energy and it's just no longer working. Resisting change causes pain in the body and in the mind. The numbers 1 through 10 break down the process of change as we walk through our life and creations. It starts with a raw, unrealized thought into becoming a fully manifested physical thing or creation. The telephone was an idea in Alexander Bell's mind, and he walked through the process of 1 through 10. 10 is when he was holding the telephone in his hand and it was working. 1. Something new with vast potential is indicated. It is pure energy without form, and it depends on you to shape it and bring the opportunities that they represent into fruition. Because they are raw, and they are also unstable, and can very quickly overwhelm if not taken care of. 2. Coming together in pairs is the theme of the twos and all the complexities that this union represents. We leave the individuality of the ones, and the twos are a taste of union. For the most part, the twos represent harmony and a merging of opposite forces to create a whole. Sometimes this balance is so perfect that it's difficult to move forward and may cause paralysis when you must make a choice. 3. Group dynamics rule the threes, and they depict different outcomes that can occur when a group comes together, whether they are groups of individuals or groups of ideas, because it is also symbolically thought as a completion, the first polygon, the Holy Trinity, etc. It also indicates an initial completion of the first phase of some sort. 4. The fours usually indicate that some foundation has been created and is ready to grow and evolve. To grow and evolve is the key here, because though the foundation is created, there is some disappointment indicated, sometimes because things may not have progressed entirely as hoped for. Thus, the fours are also the universe's way of pushing us to grow and move forward. 5. The number 5 indicates change, fluctuations, and conflict. After the 4, the 5s are amplifications of the same energy. When that energy explodes, the 5s ask us to look within ourselves for a deeper reason to continue, to move forward, and beyond these instabilities and perceived limitations, we have to push forward. 6. While the 5s represent conflict, the 6s represent the movement away from that conflict into a solution, whether they are internal or external, whether that means reconciliation or letting go. They are the process of overcoming suffering, the dark night of the soul. So 6 moves us into a much nicer feeling. 7s. 7s indicate that it is a time to step back and be introspective. The 7s ask us to assess and reevaluate whether the path that you are taking is the best for you. Sometimes this is a lonely pursuit, but this period is needed to go forward with your authentic desires. 8s. A completion of a second phase is indicated with the 8s and usually corresponds to some sort of achievement, whether in the worldly sense or in an emotional sense. Growth, either way, is indicated, and sometimes it can take place in a form where we least expect it. 8s represent a completion of a second phase is indicated and usually corresponds to some sort of achievement, whether in a worldly sense or in an emotional sense. Growth, either way, is indicated here, and sometimes it can take place in a form where you least expect it. 9s. Nearing completion is indicated by the 9s, and this can take form of entering a plateau of some sort. What looks like the finish line may actually be just a transitory stage. While the feeling of completion is here, it is usually just a pause before the final part of the cycle. 10s. In the 10s, we see the actual completion of the cycle, that something has come into full circle. It indicates that from this point forward, we can move towards a new beginning. Understanding and knowing where you are in life and what life stage you're in is important. Anytime that we aren't in sync with what season we're in, what stage of life, what process we're in, we get frustrated and we don't feel well. So this is a time when you need to stop and reflect and get in line with yourself and the universe, and things will start to flow again. I'm going to share a story with you, and it's the story about the old crone. When the old crone was young and in her 20s, she was an amazing dancer. People were in awe of her and her gift. She was beautiful, talented, graceful, better than anyone had seen before. When she reached 35, she noticed that she was slowing down and it was harder. This woman became a mean, bitter, and jealous person who resented anyone who was younger and looked better than her. The moral of this story is to know where you are in life, what season you are, and to move gracefully into the next stage. I'm going to walk you through a meditation, and I'm going to ask you to get relaxed, calm, feet on the ground. Take some slow, deep breaths. Find your center. And close your eyes. I want you to picture walking in the woods, and you see smoke rising, and you know that it's a fire, that's waiting for you. You walk into the opening, and it's a beautiful fire. There's an Indigenous medicine man there tending to the fire. There's 7 seats, and you choose one to sit on. And he comes up and he gives you a hug. He's so nice to have you here. We are waiting for 6 more people. As the people come, you begin to realize that you recognize them. They are your family and your friends, the people that you love. And they each take a seat as well. The medicine man embraces and hugs and welcomes each and every one of them. And you're just breathing, taking it in. The medicine man walks around to each one of you and asks you to take some tobacco. You put in any negativity, any resentments, fear, or things that make you feel not good inside. And you pour it into this tobacco. After he walks around and it's time to collect the tobacco, you empty it into a bowl. When he's done, he says a prayer. And he says, Creator, take this negativity so that we will feel better and healthier inside, but also maintain enough negativity to be balanced. He turns around and he throws this tobacco in the fire. And you can feel it. It just explodes and it opens and it's let go. And he turns and he looks at you. How are you? Are you feeling love? Are you feeling loved? Are you feeling like you're a part of the bigger whole? What do you need at this time? Can you name it? Where are you? What season? What process? And he asks you, and he asks you, put your hand on your heart and go to your heart And what does your heart have to say? You feel so much love and support from the 6 people that are part of your family. They make you feel safe. And they all turn and look at you. And they're waiting. They're waiting for your answer. And then you notice that as you're looking at each and every one of this soul family, that their guides are standing behind them. And they are just so full of love and light. And all of a sudden you feel 2 hands on your shoulder. And you realize that your guide is there as well. You feel connected. You feel as one with each and every individual that is sitting, with each and every individual which is sitting around this fire, with their guides, with Mother Earth, the air, everything. You feel connected, and you realize how you are connected. And you realize that you just haven't taken that time for yourself. But you are now. Your spirit guide walks around and stares right in your eyes. What message does your spirit guide have for you? You feel so much love and light and warmth, comfort. All that fear is just shaking away. You feel Mother Earth coming up through your legs, filling up your body. Everything that your body needs, every cell, atom, and molecule is nourished by this. You feel heaven. You realize we're all connected, and it's all inside of you. So take a few more deep breaths and just enjoy this feeling. And take this message that you received and know that it's going to move you into the next step. Breathing. You feel whole, perfect, and complete, and you are now ready to move into your day with joy and knowing. Hoichka, blessings.